Hello everyone who happens to watch this video. This is my Twitch stream that I am doing, and you may notice something different in this video. I changed my cropping of my camera to be a perfect square, and I converted it to grayscale. Why did I do this? Well, I wanted to have a visual signal that I'm doing something new. And I was thinking about colorblind people. I was thinking about how some people see in grayscale and they can't see full color. I also happen to look very good in grayscale, so that was part of it. But the other reason for converting to black and white is because I have been working on school and I have 2 classes this month. And here is what happened. Some things happened with school that completely changed my mind about some things. You see, I have 2 classes, and one of them is where you are researching, job postings and writing cover letters and all kinds of stuff like that and writing posts about it. And what happened is for my portfolio class, which is one class, I had to look up a company and their values. And so what happened is that naturally I used chess.com as the example for my assignment. And that's because one of the things I do before and after I do my schoolwork on my nights off is I make my chess moves. I play my correspondence games on chess.com and Lichess sometimes. And if it's my turn in those games, I just make all my chess moves. And so I'm visiting chess.com more than any other website on the internet is what I'm doing. But then I'm also visiting some other websites like Live Shogi, because I've been playing Shogi recently. But because chess is always at the front of my mind, it ends up bleeding into my school assignments. And I was actually surprised at the company values and the way they articulated it on chess.com. And I used that for a discussion post. And then something really interesting happened. In my career building course, it's not actually called that, but that's what I think of it as, is we were looking for chess.com is the Antichrist. If you have any soul, you should play on light chess. Oh, thank you for the comment, Harbor Resentment. That's awesome. Actually, I do like light chess as well. Light chess is actually better than chess.com because it's free and open source, and I'm a big fan of free and open source software. So I have an account on both sites. So um, let's just put it this way. I'll play on any website. I will play on any app, whether free or paid, so I can do a comparison. And in fact, I do need to spend more time on Lichess to see all the benefits it really does offer. Oh, you found, yeah, they said I found this channel through Tetris Tag. Well, I'm very glad you found my channel because Tetris is my favorite video game of all time. And chess is my favorite board game of all time, which is now a video game because we have computers and the internet. So here's the thing: is I do think, and just because Harbor Resentment, my watcher here, just because you mentioned that I should play on light chess instead, that's what I'm going to do. I have a plan here. I'm going to be playing on light chess for my live streams because chess.com is well known. A lot of people know about it, but people don't know about light chess very much. And I have featured chess.com in my videos a lot. So it's time to balance it out a little bit. So thank you for that comment because I will be using that to to inspire me to use Lichess. But anyway, before I start playing chess, let me finish my story. So I was viewing job searching sites. There are job searching sites. One is Hitmarker. There's also Indeed. There's LinkedIn. There's ZipRecruiter. And I had to use these for my assignments, write essays about things, answer certain questions about the job searching tools. And I was familiar with it, Indeed and ZipRecruiter, having used them to search for and apply for jobs many times in the past. And so I got on ZipRecruiter and I searched for chess. And I just thought, why not? Why not just search for chess and see if I get any results? And one of the first listings was a Lee Summit chess tutor. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm in Lee Summit. I'm obsessed with the game of chess. And then I was looking at the requirements and I'm like, wait a minute, it's actually conceivable. It's theoretically possible that I could even become a chess tutor with that company. However, the way I feel right now is I feel like I have spent far too much time on so many things. I'm pulled in so many different directions. And my chess rating has suffered because of it. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Harbor Resentment. I guess my Twitch alerts actually do work. And so I've been streaming and I've been playing chess and Tetris and even some Minecraft, but I'm just everywhere all over the place. I'm all over the place. And I'm trying to do too many things at one time. I'm working a full-time job at Walmart. I'm doing 2 school classes in the same month, and I'm realizing I need to focus. I need to reduce the amount of things I'm doing because the old saying, jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't know who Jack is, but the message of that saying is that when you try to do everything, you don't really get good at anything. You're too divided. And I realize that's been my problem. It's sort of like, have you ever played like 100 correspondence chess games going on at the same time? And because you're switching from game to game and making your move in each of those games, you lack a formal plan of a specific game because you're switching between games. And so then you forget why you made the move in this one game because you got distracted with another game. And even though I love correspondence chess, it's a lot of fun to just make your daily moves, especially when you have a busy schedule. There is definitely something to be said for, live chess where you're just focused on one game and you're thinking, okay, I want to move this knight here so that then I can fork, this knight and bishop over here and see what happens. And so live chess and correspondence chess are completely different animals. They're completely different types of games, even though it's the same game. It's chess, all the pieces are the same, all the rules are the same, but live chess is a different experience from correspondence chess. And if you don't understand that, then you haven't been playing chess very long. And here's what I'm thinking. Because my mental health has been suffering, because I have an exhausting job, and because I am doing so much schoolwork and I spend my entire nights off trying to do schoolwork, I'm realizing I need to do something that will help me relax, but that is also tangentially school and career related. Because what if I focus for my live streams and for my education, besides my school assignments that I'm required to do, what if I focus on chess? What if I read the books I bought that I haven't finished? What if I get so good at the game of chess that I become a good teacher of other people? And what if I even win tournaments? What if I get an actual rating? Who knows? I mean, just getting excited about the possibilities. Like, what if I become a really, really good chess player? What if I toss aside every weight that's holding me back? Because I'm doing too much at once. And so I've decided to make my Twitch channel, channel chess focused. I'm going to basically be, oh, that's right, I forgot to change the category to chess on OBS. That's what I forgot to change. I forgot to change the category. No problem. I'll fix that later. But I'm going to be focusing on chess because chess is a game that is recognized worldwide, and even people who don't know how to use a computer can still learn to play chess. And I just think chess is a game of skill. It's one of the most popular board games, if not the most popular board game worldwide. And that's because chess is a great game. And so I will say that chess is basically the king of board games, just like Tetris when it comes to video games. Games that are purely video game oriented, Tetris is the best. Tetris is the king of that. But chess has a lot of options. And I have been playing chess online since 2010. Though I took a break for a few years because I got busy with other things in life. And I have to tell you about Hank and Jerry. Hank and Jerry were seniors at the Gamber Center near where I live. And I used to go, before I had a job, I used to go and play chess with these seniors. There were other people there too, of course, like Rudy, and he was rude and his name was Rudy. And this was years ago, mind you. I was in my 20s, and these guys were old back then. They're probably no longer alive, but I will never forget these men. I will never forget Hank, as he said, a mell of a hess instead of hell of a mess. And I will never forget how Jerry, you would think you were going to win, but he still found a way to make it a stalemate where his king couldn't move, but he wasn't in check. And so that still counted as a draw. So you have to understand, Hank and Jerry were basically like the first example of something I had, like friends, because I don't have much of a social life. Oh, and so I really miss those guys. They were old and they couldn't do much, and Hank was so deaf he could hardly hear anything, but he could play chess, and so could Jerry. And you know what the scary thing is? I beat both those guys most of the time because I'm talented at chess, but I can improve. There's so much improvement that I can do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the people who follow my Twitch and any other website where I end up posting these stream videos. I'm going to take you on a journey with me. I'm going to take you on a journey with me as I play chess and improve my skills. Can I improve my chess rating? I believe I can improve my chess rating. And to do so, I need to focus on the game because I love the players and you love the game. Sorry, I had to put a Taylor Swift quote in there. Also, although it's extremely unlikely that they will listen to this video, if Anastasia Lindsay Rogers does watch this video, I want you to know it really did mean a lot to me how you played chess with me on chess.com. I know we haven't played in a while, but you're a very smart individual. You're all around a kind and intelligent and educated person, and you play chess too. As if you couldn't be any more perfect, you also can play chess. So with that out of the way, here's what it's time to do. It's time to get on lichess.org. So what I need to do is I'm going to open my web browser. So first, let me turn off my camera. I'm going to turn off my little square grayscale camera. So here we have a black screen. And then I'm going to turn on my display capture, which shows what's on my screen. So we see the comments here by Harbor's Resentment. Chess.com is the Antichrist. If you have any soul, you should play Lichess. Oh man, that is like a fabulous comment. Can I pin this message? Can I pin that message? I don't know what that does. Okay. But now what you see, I'm going to go to Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is kind of the web browser I use because it's built into Windows 11, which is what this laptop has, even though I use Linux a lot too on my other computer. So let's go to lichess.org. Okay, so as you see on lichess.org, I have my same username I use everywhere else, Chastity White Rose. First of all, there is one game in play, and I made my move, but my opponent has not moved. So let me just double check that the stream is going all right. Yep, I see that whatever's on my screen ends up being, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I wonder what pinning the message does. I don't know, but now I'm going to be getting into playing some chess on Lichess. So let me just show you where I'm at skill-wise. Let's start with by looking at my profile here. I don't play on Lichess as often as I should, and some players out there are really good. Now, I've played 5 bullet games. I probably lost because I'm not good at thinking that fast. And I've played 15 games of Blitz, and I've played 10 games of Rapid, and I've played 7 games of Classical. And in Correspondence, I've played 27 games. I've also played some Crazy House. I've done some puzzles. I've done a lot. I've done a few games, but I haven't played as many games on livechess.org as I have chess.com. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to create a game. We're going to create a game. And let's go with standard chess for now. As you see, Lichess, it has a standard chess and lots of variants. My favorite being Crazy House, and some I haven't even played. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to, let's see here. We're going to do real time. And let's see here, minutes per side. Now notice something. If I make the time go down, it changes the name of it. So we got Blitz, we got Rapid, we have Classical. So let's see here. So notice that as soon as it's 20 minutes is Rapid and 25 minutes is Classical. So classical is what it's called when you do a longer time setting. So here's what I'm actually going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 30 minutes. We're going to do 30 minutes on both players' clocks, which means that the games can only last an hour at maximum. It's going to be a rated game because I want to improve my rating. I want to win rated games and gain a better rating because I may as well. I haven't played enough to establish a rating on Lichess. So thank you for the comments. I'm going to be playing on Lichess, and I'm going to pick a random side. Let's pick a random side here. Let's see. So let's see. I chose to create a game. Has it shown up yet? It's starting. The game is starting. Looks like I'm white. I'm going to do my queen's pawn opening. Cool. You can right click to do funny things on the board. You can make arrows go. But anyway, enough of that. So I moved queen's pawn and my opponent also moved queen's pawn. I'm going to demonstrate one of my favorite openings to you. I'm going to go with Queen's Gambit. Everybody likes Queen's Gambit. It's the name of a Netflix show. It's the name of a book that the Netflix show is based on. And now they did the Slav defense. That Slav defense where they move that pawn and block that. So that's what they did. So here's what I'm going to do now. I am going to bring this bishop out here and target the knight. That's what I like to do. I like to go after that knight if I have the chance, because what that does is not only do I trade my bishop for a knight, but then because that rook moves, then the rook is kind of in a weird place. But let's see what actually happens. I'm going to capture that. Then what will the opponent do? See, that's the beauty of chess, is you never know what your opponent's going to do. And they decided to capture it back with the queen. That's a little bit unusual, but I'm completely fine with that. Now I'm going to capture that pawn with my pawn. And then what can I do? I am going to then bring this knight out right here. I'm going to bring this knight out here. And why did I put the knight there? I did it so that they can't try to put my king in check here. That's the reason I did it. And then the idea behind a long time control is this gives me a chance to stop and explain why I'm moving the pieces the way I do. So now here what we have a chance to attack this bishop because the queen defends the pawn. And where's that bishop going to go? Its options are extremely limited. So now it moves back there. Well, what if we start advancing this pawn and trying to bring it up there? Now I move this here. So you see I've advanced my pawns, and now the bishop is scared. The bishop has retreated all the way back there. So now that the bishop is scared and all the way there, what happens if I were to come and put the king in check with my queen here? See, that's what happened there. That pawn went there and blocked it. Now, because this queen is right here, I can't go after that rook the way I would like to. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat my queen back to you. And, well, I'm not going to go there because that's in line with the bishop. How about I'll bring my queen right there. The queen should be safe there for the time being. So I've advanced a lot of my pawns here. This is most interesting. Now I'm going to make the game a little bit more interesting. Let's see here. This is undefended. This pawn is undefended, which means I need to advance this pawn right there so that should this knight try to capture this pawn, I can capture the knight. See, that's the thing about long time controls is it allows you to analyze the moves at a slow pace so that you don't make the wrong move only because you're in a hurry. Because I almost always lose blitz games and rapid games. Sometimes I lose on time if I'm not careful. Because I am a person who likes to take my time and think of the best moves. That's the kind of person I am. I like to do it that way. So let's see here. My opponent is thinking. It's good that they're thinking. I don't want to win this game too easily now, do I? I haven't really developed a plan here. You see, I started out with the Queen's Gambit, But what happens with the queen's gambit is when the opponent declines the gambit by defending its pawn with the other pawns, then you have to adjust the plan. Now here, the queen is putting my king in check, and I can't block the check with anything. So I have to move my king. There's just no way around that. I'm going to move my king because I don't really have much of a choice. But now the opponent's queen is kind of in a weird spot. Where is it going to go from that place? See, the thing about openings, because I've learned quite a few openings. I've learned the Queen's Gambit, the King's Gambit, the Scandinavian defense, the London system. There's the Caro-Kann, there's the French defense, there's all kinds of different openings. There's a lot of different chess openings. But the problem that I have had, and this has cost me some wins, is when my opening doesn't go as expected, I try to still make it go. And sometimes I hold on to the Queen's Gambit idea so much that I don't notice my opponent is messing it up. And that's the thing about any opening, is if you rely on the opening over solid good moves, good principles and moving your pieces out and defending your king, you can lose even though your opening looked great. So it's important, although openings are amazing, they're a good way to start the game. They also have a downside in that they can really cost you if you try to continue with a line of an opening when your opponent is destroying your pieces and moving their pieces in ways you hadn't anticipated. Now, one thing right now is happening. There we go. That's very interesting. See, what happened there is this rook is trying to trap my king right here. So I have a little bit of a plan. I'm going to sacrifice my bishop and put the king in check. And that pawn is going to capture that bishop. And then I move my queen here and I put the king in check. And see, now the king is forced to move. It doesn't really have any good way to, it can't really block the check. Well, now it can block the check. And that's what's freaky about it, is it has that option. It blocked the check. Now let's put the king in check again here. See, every time I put the king in check, I force my opponent to try to think of some plan because they have to get the king out of check. So now I'm going to put the king in check one more time right there. Okay. Now they decide to put that queen right there. And I'm fine with that. I'm just going to trade queens. That's what I'm going to do. Because I knew that if I didn't do that, something could get bad really fast because there was just something not right about the whole setup. Now it's time to start bringing my knights out into the action. Unfortunately, things did not go as well as I would have liked them to go because I sacrificed the bishop trying to gain an advantage, but it did not go my way. Oh, okay. Yep. The rook is protected by that bishop way over there. Okay, and I can't move the king there. It's time to get the king moved over to this side of the board. Okay. My king is in some trouble. I don't like the look of this. I could lose this game, and that would be embarrassing, but that's the only way to not lose in chess is to never play. And that's not fun. Now it's time to start advancing this pawn. Because you see, My hope, of course, is that I will be able to, get that pawn to the other side and become a queen. That's my hope. My chances are not very good right now. That's not my hope. My chances just aren't what I would like them to be. But see, I started with the Queen's Gambit, and I didn't really, I didn't really have a solid plan for when that failed. It's time to start getting some other pawns involved. There we go. Okay. See, my opponent has the advantage. That bishop sacrifice turned out to be not such a good idea after all. If I sacrifice my rook now, I'll lose the game for sure. If I put the king in check to buy myself some more time, who knows? Maybe my opponent will blunder. I can only hope. That's what you do at a point like this. All right, put the king in check again right there. Okay. Okay. That's most interesting. Ooh, I lost. Checkmate. So, I lost my first game that I played in this stream, but it's not over till the fat lady sings. I don't know who the fat lady is, but apparently things end when she sings. I don't know. So that means it's time to go back to the stream and I had my settings here. I had my settings there. So, there are no new comments since last time. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start a new game. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see here. Is there a convenient way to start a new game here? Okay, yeah, new opponent. Let's go to new opponent. And I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. Yeah, let's do a 30-minute classical game here. Quick pairing, 30-minute game. And may this game go better than the last time. Because although I love the Queen's Gambit, I wasn't able to display what happens when the opponent accepts the Queen's Gambit. Because when the opponent doesn't know better and they accept the Queen's Gambit, then white gets the advantage. I'm playing as white again, but this time I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Because the Queen's Gambit is fun, but I'm going to instead proceed with my bishop movement right there. So it's a little bit different. It's similar to last time, but you'll notice that this pawn is still here. And then I'm going to defend that bishop right there. Now that bishop is attacking my bishop. And I don't like that look at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat my bishop back there. And the reason is because that means I get to capture with the pawn. And now look at this. See how this rook doesn't have a pawn in its way anymore? Now that that's happened, let's try something. Let's try, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's start attacking this square right there. That's what I'm going to try to do, is I'm going to start launching an attack right over there. I have a plan here. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Okay, so check this out, guys. I'm going to move this pawn right there. My extra pawn that's doubled up there. I'm trying to set a trap. Let's see if my opponent, oh, no, my opponent did not fall for my trap. Very well. But now let's try this. Let's try attacking that knight with the pawn. What will the knight do? Ah, how interesting. There we go. Now let's capture with that knight. See why I put that knight there? That was a genius move. There was a reason why I did that. Now, my bishop is still in line with that spot. Now watch this, guys. They fell into my trap. So check this out. So now, check. The king is in check. So naturally it has to move. So what's going to happen next? I'm going to defend that even more by putting my queen right here. We're going to put the queen right there, and this is going to get fun. So now look at this. The bishop moves with a discovered check on the king. The king has to move somewhere. Where's it going to go? The king is trapped. They fell right into my trap. I call this the chastity trap. There we go. I won. I won my first victory on this particular stream. Oh man, this is awesome. This is very awesome. So I've won one game. Can I win another game? Right. I'm having fun already. I'm gonna do another classical match. Let's see how this goes. I really do like Lichess, and I do plan to, after playing some games, I think I will explore the learning opportunities that are on lichess.org, because there are a lot of things on here to learn that I haven't even explored, because I already know how to play chess. I already have studied certain openings on chess.com mostly, plus some books. Therefore, I haven't really delved into all the resources available on lichess.org. And so I'm coming over to the light side because, as my commenter said earlier, chess.com is the Antichrist. That's funny. That's just funny. Someone would comment that joke. So let's see here. I believe I clicked on classical, but I have not seen anything set up yet. Let's see here. See, there are different games here. There's a lot. You can join a game somebody else has already created. However, it won't necessarily be with my time control. That's the only downside. So let me click on this again. Let me see if it's, I may have forgotten to click it. Let me try this again. I won the last game. All right, the game begins. I'm playing as black. All right, let me show you guys the Scandinavian defense. The Scandinavian defense is my favorite opening as black. Ooh, and they did not do what I expected. All right, they just moved the pawn. I expected them to capture my pawn with their pawn, but that is not what they did. Therefore, that changes the plan. But that's totally fine because now all they've done is move that pawn, but they haven't moved the other pieces. Okay, there they go. They moved that. Let's try this again. Let's move the bishop back and let their bishop capture my bishop. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great, guys. Will they do it? Will they accept the bishop trade? See, that's the thing. That's the thing about this trick with the bishop, where you sacrifice the bishop. Well, it's not much of a sacrifice because you get to capture the opponent's bishop, But what you do is after the capture, then you use that opportunity to capture diagonally with the pawn and open up the file for the rook to then have free range of movement forward. And see, the thing about classical chess is that my opponent is taking time to move, and that's generally a good thing, actually. So now I am building a pawn structure here. I want to defend that pawn with this pawn. But one thing about what I'm doing right now is that I am intentionally trying not to let the opponent put my king in check. Because the problem is that with the queen's gambit, for instance, is that like when this pawn is moved 2 squares forward, that means something can come here and put you in check. And when that happens, that means that you have to put the knight in the way to block the check if your king can't move. So that means sacrificing a knight, and sacrificing a knight is bad. If I have some elderly chess wisdom, is that sacrificing a knight is bad unless you can get like a rook or lead to a checkmate, because knights are powerful. Knights are one of the most amazing pieces here. So now what I'm going to do, let's continue building the defense. I'm going to continue building the defense here. See how we have a pyramid of pawns? This pyramid of pawns is fun, and that's because this pawn protects this pawn, which protects this pawn, and the same from the other side. The triangle of pawns, a lot of people like to do this. I like to do this because it looks cool to make a triangle of pawns, and it's just a good defense. Now I'm going to bring this knight right over here so that I can attack this pawn, get that pawn out of my way. That's what I'm going for. And see, the queen is in line with this pawn, but the opponent doesn't really have any good ways of attacking me yet. Now see what they did is that they moved this bishop here, so I can't capture this pawn with my knight. And I certainly don't want to risk anything happening here. So if I tried to move this, I would be reducing the defense of my king. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do something really kind of freaky. I'm going to move pawn. Wait, do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to move because then I can't use it to capture the bishop here. So that would be a bad move for me to do. So here's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to bring this bishop out here, and we're going to see what happens. I'm targeting this square kind of, but really I'm just trying to get the pieces moved out, because that means my king may end up with a chance to castle, and that would be fun. See, if you aren't a very familiar chess player, when the king castles, that is, the only time a king can move 2 squares in one turn. And castling, the most important thing about castling is to do it at the right time. You want to make sure you're escaping a trap with your king, not walking right into a trap. So let's see here. This knight can't go here because of this pawn. So let's try just moving this knight out right there. That's what I'm going to try. Because now my king has the opportunity to castle on the next move, perhaps. But I still don't know if that's what I want to do yet. I don't have to. That's the beauty of it, is I don't have to castle, but it is now an option on this side. And see, these games are slow-paced when I play classical games. So it's good, because that gives me a chance to interact with people who comment and to explain things. And you can't teach while playing bullet chess. You can't really do that. Okay, they're attacking my bishop there. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's retreat Let's retreat the bishop. That's what I'm going to do. We're just going to retreat that bishop. So if they want to still attack the bishop, they can, but then they'll have to keep moving their pawns there. What are they going to do? Ah, how interesting. They put the knight right there. So now they are attacking this bishop with both a knight and a bishop. I'm going to do something. This could be either a good idea or a bad idea. I'm going to castle right there. I'm going to castle. That way, the king is over here, the pawns sort of protected, but there is a rook right here. Because see what my opponent's doing? I'm looking at what my opponent's doing, and I am expecting that they are going to try to capture this. But will they capture it with the bishop or the knight? The suspense is killing me here. That's the dangerous part of this, is we don't know what they're going to do. But see how they have less time than I do? That's because they're taking time to think, but I'm a slightly faster thinker. That's where it appears, at least right now. So now let's try. Let's start by getting this. Let's start. Let's see, what can we do? Let's start by putting this. We're going to get this pawn moved. Do I move it 1 or 2 spaces? What do I want to do? I am going to move it 1 space. And the reason I did that is because if this pawn goes here, I don't want to break my triangle of pawns. I want to use this other pawn instead. Because this triangle of pawns is protecting my queen. It's also providing some protection to my king. Even though my king is now over in the corner, it's still, it's still hard for my opponent to attack my king. This bishop can't get over here because of white's pawn in the way. And there's so many pawns here that the opponent would have to really do something clever to be able to attack my king. And they may, but what will they do? And the thing is, in live chess, they better figure it out fast. Because with them 2 minutes behind, if they don't make their moves fast enough, I'll win on time. But there's still a lot of time left, so it's not something to really worry about. Now what they've done is they move this pawn here. Now here's the thing is, if I tried to, if I were to try to capture that, then the bishop would just capture my pawn and I would have broken my chain. And I don't like that. So I'm going to wait and see precisely what this pawn thinks it's going to do. Let's try something. Okay, I'm gonna try something a little freaky. Let's bring this knight out here. I'm gonna try bringing the knight out here just to see what the opponent does. Oh, okay. Well, that makes this most interesting. See, it's a good thing I did move this this bishop right back. Well, never mind. I thought I had a thought, and then the thought left me. So let's retreat the bishop to right there. What is happening? See, that's the thing about chess is you can use the time your opponent is thinking to decide what you think you might want to do. Ah, how interesting. Now it's okay, now it's time to start really getting freaky. Let's move this pawn forward and target this pawn because there's a bishop and my knight and this pawn all on this pawn. You see why people say control the center? This is why, people. It's precisely reasons like this. So now they decided to do that, and they've captured my bishop. So that's kind of weird. Okay, how freaky is that? That's actually quite freaky. All right, now we're trading pieces down. There's fewer pieces on the board now. Okay, there we go. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to capture with this. I certainly don't want to use my queen. Certainly don't want to do that because this bishop is here. But what will that bishop do? That's the beauty of this is we really don't have a clue. Let's see here. Interesting how there's a chat room and there's notes. You can notes. And what's this? Oh, there's even voice chat. Oh, there's a voice chat feature. That's an interesting thing. Okay. Now this rook is in my business. I don't really like that this rook is in my business here. Hmm. Well, hmm. I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing here. I need to form a plan though. Most definitely need to form some kind of a plan. Let's move the queen here and target that rook. See how it goes. My opponent is ahead by one pawn. They captured my pawn, but I haven't been able to capture their piece back yet. So my opponent is winning right now. So now I need them to make some kind of a mistake. That's what I really need is for my opponent to make a mistake. Oh, okay. So they move back there. So then let's try this. Okay, let's move this. Let's move this knight here. I don't know what I'm going for yet. But I'm trying to do something with that knight rather than just letting it be captured. I want to make use of it in some way. You see, chess is a game that involves patience. You know, some people may be off put by the slow nature of chess. I'm not. I like deeply concentrating and putting a lot of effort into every single move. That's why I do this. That's why I play this game. Okay. This queen is trying to come here. That's what it's trying to do. And I don't like that very much. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this rook right behind that. to add extra defense for it. Ooh, okay, that is kind of interesting. So what's going to happen here is if I were to take that, they would come there, and then I would do that. All right. Or I don't have to go that route. I can choose to do something entirely different. Let's choose to instead go over here and just capture this pawn. This pawn is now undefended. We don't have to trade knights. We don't even have to do that. See, it's at this point in the game I start getting nervous. Oh man. But by playing some games on Lichess, I'm going to be establishing my rating. You know what I mean? Okay. So now, oh, I see what they're doing. I see what they're trying to do. They are trying to target my knight there. I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to attack this rook with my knight. What's going to happen now? See, I know what the queen is trying to do. See, if it comes here, and if it's defended, it would by the bishop, it would be checkmate. But the opponent's knight is in the way of the bishop. It's a good thing I didn't capture that knight with my knight, or the bishop would be right here. So I made the right move earlier. But now my opponent has to decide what it's going to do. Is it going to defend this rook over here? Or is it going to trade rooks with me down here? What is it going to do? It's really hard to say what it's going to do right now. That's what I love about chess. It has complexity. Oh man, it's great. This game is just great. I'm very excited by what's happening on the board. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. Okay. Okay, we're going to trade rooks. Put the king in check that way. Then let's start. Yeah, let's try this. Let's see if the opponent will trade rooks with me again. Will they do it? Let's see. They better figure out what they're going to do. I did spend a lot of time thinking through these last two moves, but my opponent is still behind me in time. The main problem is that the opponent blocked their own bishop by moving that knight. That's their problem. My problem is I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's my problem. But at least I have a chance at winning this game. Here's what I'm thinking is as I play chess and as I try to improve my rating, I want to play classical games until I can get to perhaps 2000 rating. I would love to get to 2000 rating. And then after I manage it with classical, I can slowly go for lower time controls where I then, do rapid and maybe even blitz. Blitz is tough for me to win, and bullet's impossible. I can't do bullet check. I can't think that fast. Okay. Now what are we doing? It's time to attack that queen with the bishop. Let's try to drive this queen away from that spot if we can. The opponent just has this queen out there. It's just kind of in a weird spot. I really hope I win this game. But regardless, after I complete this game, I'm going to explore some of the other features of Lichess.org. And in a way, not only am I becoming familiar with it myself, I am going to then show my audience, what it contains. All right. So now, what do we have? Okay. Let's try attacking that queen with this pawn. Let's see if that works. I have no idea what will happen. There's just no way of knowing. But see, this bishop protects that pawn. This queen protects that pawn. And the opponent has to move somewhere. But where? That's the thing. We don't know. Okay, there we go. Let's see, now that's there. That protects that there. So what about going right? Do I want to go there? I don't know if that's what I want to do or not. I really don't know. For right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this knight, and I can decide whether I want to move that pawn later on. This knight now has to decide, oh, so the knight decided to go over there. And now here's this pawn protected by the knight. This is most interesting. It's time to start getting my queen moved somewhere interesting. I am going to try something. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's try moving the rook there, and we're going to attack that bishop. Oh, I did not see that one. That's embarrassing. How did I miss that? That was horrible. I totally missed that. That was embarrassing. I completely let them just take that knight without even seeing it. Chess is complex and it's easy to miss things. Okay. I probably should have done this sooner, but I'm going to try this now. The game will end soon, one way or another, because the time is running out. But I am losing this game so far, it appears. All right, there we go. We've traded the queens, and now the bishop is attacking my king. What will happen? We shall see. But with my opponent being behind in time, there is a chance I could win this game on time, even if I have fewer pieces. Hmm. Yeah, I'm losing this game. Oh man, I can't capture it. It's horrible. It's horrible, man. I'm losing this game so bad. This is sad. Check. All right, let's go over here and start attacking. Wait, no, let's go there. Let's just trade the pawns. I mean, why not? My only hope is that they'll let me take some of their pawns over here. But no, they will not. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm losing this. Most people resign at this point, but instead, I'm going to keep playing and see what develops. All right, no rook. Okay, yep, that's tragic. Now it's time to see if I can set up a stalemate. I'm going to see if I can get a stalemate. That's the thing about this, is it's hard to do, but no. Okay, I lost. Well, so much for that. It's time to explore some of the other features. So there's play where you play games. There's puzzles. I know what puzzles are. There's learn. There's chess basics, practice, coordinates, study, coaches, watch, broadcasts. Ooh, interesting. Video library. Ah, all videos are free for everyone. Click one or many tabs on the left to filter. We have carefully selected 1,543 videos so far. Oh man, there's so many videos on here. I imagine these are probably links to things on YouTube. Now, here's my favorite teacher, Levi Rosman from Chess is his username. And I'm not going to watch this right now. I'm just showing you that Gotham Chess, I've learned a lot from this man. He is a genius when it comes to chess. And I bought his book. He has lots of links there. But um, apparently, this is actually hosted. The information here is on Lichess, but the video itself is still on YouTube. We would expect. Most people embed things from YouTube. But there's all these different things. So there's opening. There's these different openings, and there's all these things. You can specify specific things. So the Queen's Gambit opening, you can watch all of these videos on the Queen's Gambit, the opening. This is really cool. I really should watch these videos sometime. Let's look at coordinates. Ah, cool. Find square. Let's see here. Ah, start training on the chess square notation. You have 30 seconds to correctly map as many squares as possible. Let's try this. H5, A4. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to remember H5, and then A4, then B5, D4. Okay, then B5 and D4. Then G8 is going to be, then H5 is going to be there, then G7. Yeah, see, I don't think in chess notation, but I got a score of 6. That wasn't bad for the first time. And there's chess basics, so you can go to Lichess and you can learn each of the different pieces and the way they move. And I already know all this, but for the sake of showing this, let's do the lesson on the rook. Yes. Click on the rook to bring it to the star. Yes. Yeah, collect the stars with the rook. Yeah, okay. That's easy. Isn't it cool the way that you just click on the piece and then you, yep, that's fun. Hey, this is fun. I've never done this before. It's like move the rook and collect the stars. That's actually pretty cool. So star, 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 star. Okay, that's fun. This is fun, you guys. This is cool. It's like, yeah, sure. Let's star, 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 star. Okay, that's fun. Stage 1 complete. Your score 4100. Congratulations, you have successfully mastered the rook. This is nice. They have lessons on the chess pieces. You collect the stars. Who would have guessed? Oh, this is fun. This is actually a lot of fun. Let's collect the stars. All right, let's collect these stars here. So, star, 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 star. There we go. Let's do star, 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 star. Okay, I only got 2 stars for collecting the stars. So there was a way to do it in fewer moves. I'll figure that out later. Nice. There we go. That's cool. Ooh. Now we're gonna collect these stars with these 2 bishops. That's fun. Hey, this is great. This is absolutely great. It just lets you collect the stars and then gather these stars. That's actually super cool. So let's do star, 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 star. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. The queen! The most powerful chess piece enters. Her Majesty the Queen. Okay, this is cool. Let's grab the stars. Yeah. We're going to star, 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 star. Yeah, that's fun. Star, 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 star. There we go. That's pretty easy. Star, 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 star. Oops. Wasted a move apparently. There was another way. Okay. Grab the stars. Yeah, I didn't do it in the fewest possible moves, but this definitely teaches you the way to move the pieces. This is actually exciting. The king. The knight. Oh, the knight's gonna be the most fun. I love the knight, my favorite chess piece here. Okay, let's grab the stars. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna collect the stars. Oh, I messed up. I did it. Took me too many moves, but I did it. That was cool. It was cool. All right. Yeah, I wonder if it is possible to really do it in fewer moves. On. There we go. Ah, time to use the knight. Yeah. All right. This is so cool. Really is quite impressive. Oh, I should have moved 2 squares. Oh well. And now we're having you capture actual pieces instead of stars. That's fine. Nice. Oops. Interesting. So the pieces don't move unless, of course, you are. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like this is cool. These chess lessons. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's actually great fun. Oh, that was wrong. Oh, okay. We're going to defend those pawns. Yeah, that doesn't work. Wait, there's no way out. How does someone block the attack from a knight? Okay, that's the way. This is actually super cool. All these different things that you can do here. All these little chess lessons, the little tutorials. Analysis board. Ooh, the analysis board is fun. Okay, analysis board lets you kind of just queen's pawn game, queen's pawn game, queen's gambit. So you play the pieces here, and it shows you what the opening is. So let's see here. Let's do the queen's gambit accepted, and then it's something else. What if it's queen's gambit declined? That's cool. If it's the Slav defense. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Let's let's see. Let's look at opening explorer and table base. Let's see here. Well, let's see here. Let's do this. Yeah, this is cool. The London system. Yeah, this is so cool. It tells you the names of the openings. I'm liking this. That's actually pretty cool. Lichess actually has a lot more that I wasn't really aware of. Oh, board editor. There's a board editor. Oh, what does this do? Oh, I can move a piece. I can place. I can place multiple kings. I can place rooks. Okay, let's delete a piece. How do I? Oh yeah, I can set up a board position however I want. Let's fill it with knights. That's cool. Set the board. Ooh, king's pawn game. Oh, you can set it with certain openings. That's cool. This is actually super cool. Yeah, this is cool. Lichess is actually pretty cool. I know it's this cool because I don't visit enough. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Well, you know what? That's gonna be it for this stream though. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. I'm going to. All right, here I am. I actually had a lot of fun exploring on Lichess, playing a few games. It actually turned out pretty well. I need to explore this in my own time so that in next stream I will have more we'll have more cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so thank you to Harbor's Resentment. Okay, that's fun. Goodbye.